The FBI recently issued a sobering warning. Abby and Brittany Hensel, the famously resilient conjoined twins, are now facing a critical health crisis that could change everything. Known for living their lives together with optimism and grace, their once bright future now seems fragile, and a pivotal, life-changing decision looms on the horizon. The truth of their situation might alter all we thought we knew about them. Over the years, Abby and Brittany have shared every part of their lives, enduring health complications while inspiring millions. As dicephalic parapagus twins, they have two heads and one body, with each twin controlling one side. The coordination required for daily tasks, driving, walking, even just clapping, is like a real-life two-player video game, and it's something they've managed with remarkable harmony. Despite enduring numerous surgeries for issues like spinal curvature and chest expansion to improve breathing, the twins have maintained their privacy, often deflecting questions about their health. However, things took a turn when one of them married Josh Bowling in 2021, putting their lives under a renewed spotlight. Growing up in Minnesota, Abby and Brittany's lives were a delicate balance of shared control and distinct personalities. One was more serious, the other more carefree, and their early lives were filled with adjustments, from sharing control of one arm and leg each to working together as teachers in their adult years. They defied doctors' predictions and society's expectations, completing their education, passing driving tests, and pursuing a career in teaching. They even joined sports, played piano, each managing one hand, and took on typical teenage challenges while drawing a firm line to maintain their privacy and dignity. Yet, despite their resilience, new health issues have now emerged, raising fears and leaving their fans deeply worried. While Abby and Brittany have weathered surgeries and physical hurdles before, this latest chapter suggests something more ominous. Rumors suggest difficult choices ahead, ones that could mean an irrevocable change for the twins. In facing adulthood, Abby and Brittany have navigated complex questions of identity and independence, each twin embracing her own interests, from math and science to arts and fashion. They wear different clothes to reflect their unique personalities, a practice their parents encouraged from childhood. They've even managed career challenges, initially dreaming of becoming pilots or dentists before settling on teaching as a way to make a meaningful impact. Their work as teachers has brought joy to students, admiration from colleagues, and proof of their ability to thrive independently within their shared existence. Now, though, as their health remains uncertain, we are left to wonder what the future holds. For years, Abby and Brittany's story has been one of overcoming obstacles, but with this latest challenge, can they continue to defy the odds, or is the weight of their extraordinary journey finally taking its toll? Abby and Brittany Hensel's story is one that continually defies expectations, not because they aim to be inspirational, but because they've faced obstacles few can imagine and managed to build lives that are remarkably full. From the outside, it might seem like they're living an extraordinary life, but for Abby and Brittany, it's simply life as they know it, a constant journey of compromise, resilience, and small victories. To truly understand the depth of their journey, you have to start with the basics. Abby and Brittany were born in 1990 as dicephalic parapagus twins, meaning they have two heads but share a single body from the chest down. This is one of the rarest forms of conjoined twinning, and it brought with it an intricate set of challenges right from birth. Every part of their shared existence requires not only incredible coordination, but a profound level of communication and understanding. Growing up, every milestone other children took for granted. Learning to crawl, walk, or even clap was a monumental task for Abby and Brittany. Because each twin controls one side of the body, even simple tasks like turning left or right required them to work in perfect unison. In their early years, this coordination didn't come easily. There were plenty of falls, stumbles, and a lot of trial and error. But through patience, persistence, and a shared determination, they learned to walk, swim, and even ride a bike. They went on to join sports like volleyball, and while it took years to develop the skill level they wanted, they never stopped trying. As they grew older, Abby and Brittany faced not only the challenges of shared physicality, but also societal expectations and misconceptions. School was especially tough, not only because they had to navigate academics, but because they had to deal with classmates and even adults who often treated them as curiosities. Kids stared, whispered, and asked uncomfortable questions. Adults, unsure of how to react, often did the same. Abby and Brittany had to learn to keep their heads up and brush off the comments. They developed a resilience and a confidence that would help them face even greater challenges later in life. One of the most defining aspects of their lives has been the relentless necessity of communication. Abby and Brittany are constantly talking to each other, checking in on how they're feeling and what they're thinking. Even in mundane daily tasks, every movement is a joint effort. Over time, they've developed a system that borders on intuitive. They communicate with quick, subtle cues, sometimes barely speaking aloud. This connection has been key to their success, especially in their careers as teachers. Standing in front of a classroom, they operate like a well-oiled machine. One speaks while the other observes, ensuring students are engaged. The back-and-forth flow they perfected not only captivates students, but also creates a unique learning environment. It's two teachers for the price of one, and the students benefit from it. Yet, the daily compromises and challenges don't end when they leave the classroom. Outside of work, Abby and Brittany's lives are filled with ordinary desires and pursuits, but the path to fulfilling them is far from ordinary. They go out with friends, attend concerts, and enjoy the social aspects of life just like anyone else. But the idea of independence is complex. While they're two individuals, they can't simply decide to go their separate ways after a disagreement. They must constantly balance each other's needs, which means finding compromise on everything from what to eat for dinner to long-term life goals. Despite these complexities, they've forged a path to personal autonomy within their shared life. Independence, for them, is not just about freedom. It's about making peace with the fact that their lives are intertwined in ways most of us can't imagine. This journey toward independence also extends to their identities. Although they share a body, Abby and Brittany are fundamentally different people. Abby tends to be more organized and practical, while Brittany is often described as more spontaneous and artistic. Their parents nurtured these differences, often dressing them in slightly different styles to emphasize their individuality. Over time, they've learned to respect and celebrate each other's unique traits while acknowledging that their individual choices impact one another deeply. This understanding has laid a foundation for their relationship that's built on compromise, respect, and mutual support. The struggle for independence is just one part of the larger picture of Abby and Brittany's lives. Health challenges are a constant backdrop, and they face numerous medical issues, including surgeries to correct spinal curvature and procedures to ensure they can breathe properly. Despite the interventions and complications, Abby and Brittany have shown incredible adaptability. They live with an awareness that their health may always be a concern, but they don't let it define their lives. This is perhaps one of their greatest triumphs: the ability to live with chronic health challenges without letting them overshadow their ambitions or happiness. And as public figures, Abby and Brittany have also had to navigate the fine line between sharing their story and maintaining their privacy. Documentaries and television specials have chronicled much of their lives, initially aimed at helping the public understand and empathize with their unique experience. However, fame is a double-edged sword. While these programs allowed people to see Abby and Brittany as individuals rather than curiosities, they also brought increased scrutiny. Each appearance, each story invites questions that can feel invasive. Abby and Brittany have learned to balance openness with a strong sense of personal boundaries, deciding for themselves what they're comfortable sharing and what remains private. In their professional lives, Abby and Brittany's resilience and strength shine. They decided on teaching as a career because it allowed them to make a difference while embracing their shared talents. They earned degrees in education from Bethel University, and despite initial skepticism from some, they've proven themselves to be exceptional teachers. Their first job was a hit, with students and staff alike appreciating their unique, engaging teaching style. Even though they technically share a single salary, Their impact far exceeds what one teacher could accomplish alone. As they continue to navigate adulthood, Abby and Brittany face new questions about their future. Health scares and life's unknowns are ever-present reminders that their journey is far from simple. Yet, if their past is any indication, they will approach these challenges as they always have, together with resilience, humor, and an unbreakable bond. The world may see them as symbols of perseverance, but for Abby and Brittany, they're just two people figuring out life as they go. Their story is not only a testament to the strength of the human spirit, but also a reminder that, no matter the circumstances, life's greatest achievements often come from facing the greatest challenges. Abby and Brittany Hensel's life story isn't about proving something grand. It's about living the life they were given with determination and resilience. They've grown up under the scrutiny of the world's gaze, showing that different doesn't equate to less. Instead, it means they have their own way of facing challenges, and whether they seek it or not, that's undeniably inspiring. Yet, their story doesn't wrap up neatly. It's an ongoing journey, filled with everyday trials, some exhausting, others simply unimaginable. But they face it all, one day at a time, like anyone else. Even something as simple as spending time with friends becomes a balancing act for Abby and Brittany. With different interests and preferences, they constantly negotiate middle ground, not just with friends, but with each other. While one might want to see a movie, the other might prefer a concert, yet they share one body and must compromise. And outings that seem effortless for most are full of challenges. Accessibility, comfort, and constant stares from strangers add layers of difficulty to even the simplest plans. People's curiosity is understandable, but it doesn't make the experience of constantly standing out any easier. For them, blending in is never an option. They're always aware of the public eye. Balancing their personal identities within their shared life is another unique challenge. Abby and Brittany each have their own likes, hobbies, and goals, and they work to accommodate both sides of their personalities. It's a continuous negotiation, and unlike most, they can't simply walk away from disagreements. If one wants to read while the other prefers TV, they find a way to make it work. It's not about sacrificing their needs. It's about mutual respect and compromise, ensuring neither feels frustrated or overlooked. And while their journey is filled with adjustments, they're just as ambitious as anyone else. They've considered pursuing advanced degrees and expanding their teaching careers. Why shouldn't they? They've already demonstrated that they can succeed in a demanding profession. Their classrooms offer a unique learning environment where students gain more than academic knowledge. They learn collaboration, respect for differences, and adaptability, skills as vital as any equation or formula. Their determination extends to personal goals, too. Abby and Brittany tackled driving with the same commitment. While learning to drive is a major milestone for most, for them, it was a feat requiring perfect coordination and constant communication. They had to rely on each other fully, navigating a task that most of us handle alone. They succeeded, underscoring their tenacity and teamwork under pressure. Life hasn't always been easy for Abby and Brittany. They've faced setbacks, frustrations, and times where giving up must have felt tempting. But they haven't given in. Instead, they keep moving forward, finding ways to build a shared life that's as fulfilling as possible. In doing so, they've inspired people worldwide, not by trying to be role models, but by living their lives authentically. Abby and Brittany aren't trying to be superheroes. They're simply two women who have learned to navigate a world not built for them. They've faced unimaginable challenges with grace, humor, and unwavering resilience. So, what's your take? Should Abby and Brittany consider the risks of pursuing separation, or keep living their lives as they have? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights.